Hi everyone. Hello everybody. How are you feeling? How are we doing? What's going on? I'm just pre-shuffling, tapping into the energy. I do already have one message, but I'll wait till more people get in here. Hi everybody. Hi everyone. Hello. Oh, that feels nice. Get a water, a tea, a snack, whatever you need. Hi Isabel. Hi Shyla. Thank you for the roses. Hi Katie. Hi Code. Code by Karen. Hi Chelsea. I'm in a very like fall, chill, relaxed mood today because I'm on 20%. Yesterday, yeah, yay, twice in 1 week, I know. I feel like I really need to be in the community energy, so I am. There's part of me that didn't want to go live again today, I can't lie to you, but that's because I'm working through some shadow work right now, and I'm working through like, you know, the depression stuff, but I kept thinking about how yesterday we discussed that if you have 30%, if that's all you have and you're giving 30%, then you're giving 100%. And I was like, you know what, you're right. Today, I feel like I'm at 20%, but I can give you 20%, so that's 100%. We're all going through it. And so I wanted to show up for all of us. And I wanted to create another space for us all to reconvene, to connect, to uplift each other, to love each other. I also want to send out more love, safety, and protection to those who are affected by these natural disasters currently. We are thinking of you, and I'm asking that you are kept safe, loved, and protected. A main message I keep getting for those who are facing any sort of like chaos right now or any sort of destruction, the guidance is to surrender and to really tap into your faith. Whatever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in right now, I feel like you're really being asked to surrender and to tap into that faith. What will be, but you are safe, loved, and protected. There was another message that I keep getting. Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam, the foodie writer. Hi, Emma. Thank you, Tyra, for the roses. Thank you, Jenna Joy. Thank you, Luna. Thank you guys for the gifts. I hear you, Shyla. I'm happy that you're here. That's actually part of what this tea saying says. So you know how sometimes tea bags have little sayings on them? This one does. And it says, know the unknown, hear the unheard, see the unseen. I'll say it again. Know the unknown, hear the unheard, see the unseen. And so I was like, Spirit, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Thank you, Shaz, for the compliment. And I was like, Spirit, what does that mean? What is that message trying to tell me? Is it even trying to tell me anything? Because sometimes I try to make something out of nothing. I know that about myself. But what I got from that message was that there's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of wisdom, and there's a lot of knowledge that comes from people who are normally not being heard, people who are normally not being seen, people who we may not know. And then I started thinking about how some of the most talented people I know are undiscovered. And I know so many people with so many like gifts and talents that just haven't been discovered. So some of you might resonate with that too, feeling unseen or unheard or unknown. But that's not gonna be your whole life. That's not your whole story. There's a lot of value that is in the unknown, that is in the unheard, that is in the unseen. And you can perceive that message however you want to. It's just the first thing I picked up on. Know the unknown, hear the unheard, see the unseen. It kind of gives me this feeling of like, give people a chance or give things a chance before you completely write them off. You know, like don't judge a book by its cover. That's kind of the message that's coming through with that too. Damn, I forgot the other message that I really wanted to talk about. There's so many today, but some of them don't feel like important. And some of them feel a little like petty or low vibrational, and I just don't have the energy to tap into them. Oh, but there was one main one that I wanted to discuss. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Oh, they reminded me. It's about energy whiplash. It's about energy whiplash. Hello, Stephanie. Let me write it down really quickly, just in case I forget again. Some of you might be experiencing like mental fog randomly too. If it's meant to come back to you, it'll come back to you. Don't try to like force yourself to remember something if you can't remember it. I've noticed that whenever I'm like, I don't remember what it is, it ends up coming back to me. Okay. Energy whiplash. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. And today is the 1010 portal. So, energy whiplash, 1010 portal. I wanted to break this down. Hi, Cosmic Cowgirl Tarot. Energy whiplash 1010. What I keep getting is this feeling of like a cord cutting. So let's imagine that there's like a cord between you and somebody else, or a cord between you and anything else, right? Today is 1010, and the number 10 represents endings and it represents completion. So there is some sort of like ending that's happening in our lives on a collective scale, but also on a global scale. And part of what I've been getting is that there are some people who are feeling this energy whiplash of like no longer having access to you. Yep. Thank you for the horn honk confirmation, Spirit. Wow. Thank you. So what I'm getting is that people are starting to really notice the absence of you. People are starting to really like feel what it feels like to no longer have you around or have access to you or get to be in your energy. And there is this feeling of like energy whiplash. It's like they didn't expect this to come, but the universe made it happen. Okay, so there is some sort of like energy whiplash. I don't know if you guys are feeling that, if you're resonating with that or not, but that was the first message I was channeling, and I really wanted to talk about it, so I'm really glad the Spirit brought it back up for me. Thank you. It just feels like there was some sort of cord here that's been cut automatically. Maybe some of you did do some sort of cord cutting ritual, or even praying to like stop thinking about somebody, or to stop thinking about something, or to remove something from your life. It's happening today. Yep, within the next 24 hours. Some of you might have already felt this feeling of like energy whiplash, like something has been cut. Something that was like draining you or taking up a lot of your thoughts, your time, your energy. It's being cut today. And it can no longer drag you down or drain you. I'm literally hearing parasite. Somebody tried to like latch onto you. That's not going to resonate for everybody. But some of you just know that this 1010 is clearing out the parasites from your life. Okay, energy whiplash. Definitely some people are feeling what it's like to actually have to do life without you, or actually have to like think on their own, or breathe for themselves, wipe their own ass. Damn, okay. Spirit is serious today. Let's see what the cards are saying. You're welcome, 222. Let's see what the cards are saying. Your intuition is spot on. I'm seeing a lot of intuitive cards around you, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. There's something here about this 1010 is taking away your doubts, because I'm seeing the Two of Swords here too. So some of you are incredibly intuitive and incredibly psychic, and I need you to know that. And this 1010 energy feels like it's just amplifying it, magnifying it. So your spiritual gifts are improving, and your connection to your spiritual gifts are improving. Okay, it just feels like some of you might have been rejecting it or doubting it, your intuition or your spiritual gifts. But what's coming to an end is the doubt of your intuition. So this 1010, it feels like it's removing this energy of you doubting your intuition. Now you trust yourself more. Some of you have made so much progress when it comes to trusting yourself, which is exactly how you're going to call in people who you can trust. Yep, Ace of Swords, that's the truth. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my God, I needed this reading more than we could have ever known. I still only feel at 20%, so let me like dial it down, because there's a part of me that wants to like ramp up times 10, but I know that I can. I have to honor my own energy boundaries right now. This is really cool though, because the Ace of Swords does talk about trust and the truth and clarity. So now some of you have the clarity, now some of you are getting the clarity, but regardless, it feels like some of you are trusting yourselves more. And that's going to bring in people who you can trust and who you can build connections with whether this is a work connection that you're going to build, a friendship connection, a romantic connection, or maybe even more than one connection. But it does feel like there are new connections coming in for whoever I'm speaking to today, and a bunch of different kind of connections. And some of you, the next challenge that's coming up for you is to really allow yourself to start trusting people and allowing yourself to start being vulnerable around people and accepting that people do love you and that people do care about you. Some of you have done this game on your own for a really long time. I'm getting that some of you like chose loneliness at one point because you realized that that's just kind of like what it is. Yeah, you needed to do some sort of isolating to grow, to heal, to get to this point. But some of you really do like being alone. I really see that. Some of you really do enjoy your alone time, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's peaceful, it's quiet, there's no one arguing, there's no one trying to tell you what to do. Facts. You're only responsible for yourself. But we also need human connection, and also community is important, and having a team and having people who care about you is also important too. So what I'm seeing here with this 10-10 energy is that we're no longer doubting our intuition. We're no longer doubting our spiritual gifts. We're learning to trust ourselves more. And this is calling in connections with people who we can also trust and people who we can build trust with. What's cool though is that these people are very similar to you is what I feel, or they're very, very similar to us too, where they've had to learn the lesson of trusting themselves. And they're opening up to trusting other people too. So this isn't gonna be like, we just trust each other from the beginning and like, we throw all of this out the window that we've been working on. No, it feels like we're going to gradually build some sort of trust, but there is this underlying feeling of safety and security that you're going to feel in these new connections that you haven't felt before. And that's the Knight of Pentacles. It's like this underlying feeling of I can trust this person, but I'm still trying to trust this person as we build this relationship. That's what I'm seeing coming in. Hopefully that makes sense. I am also getting that some of you, part of what's ending is this like self-confidence issue. Maybe some of you have struggled with your physical appearance, or you've struggled with feeling confident in your spiritual gifts, in your gifts in general. The Queen of Wands talks about our confidence, and so this is what's coming in for you with this 10 of Wands, is this energy of you feeling more self-confident, you radiating beauty, confidence. Maybe you're dressing differently, maybe you're buying yourself flowers. I also think that you trusting yourself more is helping, and some of you, the affirmations you've been using are definitely helping. That's the Ace of Swords too. How you speak to yourself matters. So those affirmations that some of you have been using about your spiritual gifts, about your intuition, about connections, about your self-confidence, your beauty, etc., all of them are working. They are 100%. Very cool. I see some of you really overcoming some sort of like trauma. And it's like there's this new version of you, and you're not defined by your trauma, and you're also not like abandoning this version of you who went through trauma. You're integrating it, and you're becoming like stronger. Very cool. It feels like you're a warrior. You're giving me warrior vibes. Whoever I'm tapping in today, it feels like warrior vibes. And also I'm getting Phoenix rising from the ashes vibes. Some of you could be Scorpios, or maybe have Scorpio in your big three, but that doesn't have to resonate. But I am getting like big Phoenix rising from the ashes energy as a result of this 10-10. It feels like the 10-10 is like purifying us in a sense. And it's not that this 10-10 energy is like taking away the trauma. It's not taking away the experience of the trauma, but it feels like it is kind of like making it easier in a sense. I don't know how else to explain that. You will probably know what that means better than I do. But that is very cool to see. Some people don't recognize you, which is very cool too. And I'm getting at some people who like only remember a version of you where they had control over you, but you're like a new person now. I'm getting something about you coming out. I've been getting this for a little bit. Okay, so this is like two different messages. Some of you are accepting your sexuality now, which is very cool to see too. I'm very proud of you. I'm not outing anybody, and you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. You are allowed to just continue to live your life. the way that you want to live your life, and you don't have to explain your sexuality to anybody, because your sexuality is nobody else's business. Let me just put that out here right now. Your sexuality is nobody else's business. But some of you, I do see you accepting yourself now, and like being really proud of yourself and loving who you want to love and enjoying what you like to enjoy. This is so cool. I don't know how to explain this energy that I'm getting, but it is very cool. I'm like, Spirit, I only have 20% of my energy to give, and you're giving me these incredible messages. Like, thank you, but I have to move on to a different energy now just because I was so intense. But very cool. I'm very proud of you guys for accepting yourselves, trusting yourselves. Now is a really good time for you to be manifesting what it is that you want for the rest of this year, for the rest of next year, for the next 10 years. I don't know, whatever you feel called to. It's a 10-10 portal. It feels like there's a very prosperous energy for us to tap into. So the Magician card is here asking you to manifest. Maybe you write a list of all of the things that you want to bring into your life tonight. Maybe you write a gratitude list for all the things that you already love about your life right now and all the things that you really enjoy about your life right now. That helps to amplify the energy too and bring in even more for you to be grateful for. Yeah, okay, the manifesting is working. Somebody, whatever you've been doing in terms of manifesting, it is working. It is feeling very powerful over here on my end. Some of you don't even realize how powerful your own manifestations are. Yeah, some of you don't realize how much like power you carry, how much light you carry, how much strength you carry. Maybe because other people can't see it, because other people can't feel it. Remember, that was the very beginning. Oh, we talked about that in the T message. Know the unknown, hear the unheard, see the unseen. You had to come across somebody like me who can see you. Otherwise, it's going to feel like you're being abandoned and left out and like you don't fit in. And that's what some of you have experienced. But now you're finding your people. Yes. Okay, that feels so good. And then the Two of Cups, in case you needed more confirmation, like hello, connections, relationships, not just romance, but it does look like romance is included for some of you. Okay, and then we're seeing the Star card too. After the Tower comes the Star. I'm getting something about a storm, which I've been tapping into. I saw a vision earlier today in my meditation of like a dark, stormy scene, and there were like trees whipping and there was so much rain coming. And Spirit said to just close the doors and to just wait it out, to just wait out the storm. And I was like, okay, if that's the vibe, if that's the message, then that's what I'll do. So for some of you, that could be a message for you too, to wait out the storm, because the storm will pass. And there's going to be a star at the end of the tower. So that's cool. Okay. I feel really called to talk about these new connections for some reason, these new relationships. I want to use a different deck though. Some of you have been manifesting new connections and new relationships, and they are manifesting. They sure are. Before the end of this year is what I just heard. Before the end of 2024. Some of you sooner than that, though. Let's talk about these new relationships, these new connections that are manifesting for the collective. There's going to be business partnerships. Yep, Three of Pentacles, work collaborations, work partnerships, definitely business partners as well. Some of you are going to be building a team. This is also part of the next chapter of your life. You're going to be like calling in a team of people to help you, or you're going to be working with a team of people for some of you. I'm seeing some of you having like assistants or having like teams around you, which is a part of this like learning how to trust other people, because some of you are very capable of doing everything on your own. You've learned how to do everything on your own. You're pretty good at it at this point, but you don't have to take all of this responsibility on your own. So I am getting that the universe is sending in like assistants, guides, support, helpers, but it's up to us on whether we let them in or not. And also there's going to need to be discernment too, because it does feel like there's going to be a darker energy sending people too. I have to be honest, just because I'm picking up on that. It's like there's going to have to be some sort of discernment in these connections that you make, because there's obviously going to be people here who are hearing these kinds of messages and they're like, okay, well, let's manipulate the collective into thinking that I'm the person that they're supposed to build this relationship with. So please use your discernment always. There's going to be an underlying feeling of safety with the people I'm talking about. Trust your intuition. That's all I can really tell you. But okay, definitely some work collaborations, some work partnerships, some teams being added to, things like that. Some of you might be getting new management, or you are becoming the management. You could be a Leo or a Taurus. I'm getting something about like a change in management or a change in leadership. This could be you. Maybe you might be stepping into a leadership role, or there's just some sort of change in leadership around you at your place of employment, at your school. I don't know. Okay, but there is some sort of change in leadership. I'm also getting that these new connections that are coming in are loyal. That's the Strength card. There's loyalty here too. Some of you are going to bond with these people over like hobbies and sports. I see a lot of similarities between you and these new connections coming in. There's like things that you both really enjoy. You might actually find out that you guys love the same musician. Like you have the same favorite artist. Maybe you have the same favorite book. Maybe you have the same favorite content creator. Like, you know what I mean? Different things like that. It's like, wow, the more that you talk to these new connections, the more that you open up with these new connections, the more similarities you find. And that is why Spirit's wanting you to open up with new people and wanting you to trust new people and develop trustworthy relationships with new people, because as you begin to open up to these new energies that come towards you, you're going to see more and more similarities where you haven't in the past, right? Back to the T message. Some of you have been unseen, unheard, unknown. I had to look back at it. But these people you're going to feel seen, heard, and known. That's very cool. Look what's lying in I told you, the Devil card. I was picking up on some snaky, weird energy too. So again, use your discernment when these new connections do come in. There's always weird people plotting and scheming. Some people have ulterior motives. Some people have like an agenda when it comes to connections and relationships, especially if money is involved. So please use your discernment. Please, please, please. Okay. Fool card though tells me that there's going to be new connections for sure. The Fool talks about new beginnings. And we're talking about the 10-10 portal, how things are coming to an end, completion, wrapping up cycles. And then the Fool card is the beginning of a brand new journey. Some of you might be getting keys to something. I'm hearing keys jingling. You might be getting keys to a car, or keys to an apartment, keys to a home, keys to something. Okay. Tell me more about these new connections that are coming in. They are pretty cards. Thank you for saying that, JC. I love these cards. It's the Ethereal Visions Tarot, I think. Ethereal Visions. Okay, let's talk more about these connections. Knight of Swords. Good communication too. My nose keeps itching. That could be a sign for some of you. Sometimes when I channel, my nose will run. Sometimes when I channel, my nose itches, but I haven't experienced the itchy nose in a while, so that could be significant for some of you. Okay, Knight of Swords. I just thought of something I saw today on Instagram, but I don't really want to repeat it, so I'm not going to. We're going to change from that. The Knight of Swords. Hi, Gabriella. Thank you for the follows, by the way, and thank you for all of the gifts for those of you who have been sending. This Knight of Swords is telling me that these new connections that are coming in, there is strong communication with these people too. Good communication. Whether these are friends, business partners, romantic situations, these new connections that you're calling in, they have good communication. It's almost like you guys speak the same language. And I know that that could sound funny, like, okay, if we both speak English, then we both speak the same language, but I don't mean just like that. I mean like the dialect is the same. The types of words that you use are the same. Let me get a drink of tea. Something's going on here with my throat. Hi, C Love. Thanks for watching me on YouTube. Okay. Yep. See, okay. We're clearing up the throat chakra so that we can speak. Some of you have been dealing with throat things, coughing, little sicknesses. It feels like your throat is clearing up too, and it feels like these new connections, they're going through something with their throat too, so that when the two of you, or when these connections do come in, you'll be able to communicate clearly with each other. But you're speaking the same language, and it's deeper than just like English to English, okay? That was a message that was coming through. Horses could be a sign for some of you, or you're going to see a horse. Tell me a little more about these new connections. Queen of Swords. I like this from you too, because these new connections that are coming in, you're actually like communicating your wants, your needs, you're communicating what you don't like, what you don't want. The Queen of Swords is somebody who puts up energetic boundaries, or somebody who puts up boundaries. And so as you're beginning to like start to trust these new people that are coming in, you're still going to be a little guarded, which is good because we talked about discernment. So you do still need that part of you. But it's like the more that you clearly communicate what your boundaries are and clearly communicate what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want, the more the other people on the other side of this conversation are able to hear you, understand you, and match your energy. That's very cool to see. Okay, so I do see there's new connections coming in here, all kinds of new connections before the end of the year. I feel like that's it from that energy.